Do you ever wish you hadn't watched it?
Every day.
Really?
I wonder what my brain used to be occupied with. What did I used to think about all the time?
Who was I? I sometimes wonder, do I just wish I'd never watched it so I could watch it afresh again? But no, I do think, like, what would I be up to? What would I be thinking about? What would I be doing?
But also, whenever I meet people who haven't seen it, I feel like, well, what's it like not having experienced the most intense emotions of your entire life?
Yeah, I do immediately begin to evangelize. Surprise! So I guess I don't really mean it. I just want everyone to be with us.
Well, I would like to say that I've got great news for you. You're in a very safe space right now.
And I feel like the listeners have listened. Imagine if you're listening to this and you haven't watched it.
Well, some people did comment saying like, "Oh, I love you guys as comedians. Thank you so much. But I haven't seen the show. I'll listen anyway." I don't think you've listened this far. I actually don't think you've made it to episode 6.
And also, get a grip. Watch it. Come on, join us. I feel like we're in a different show now. It's Pluribus. I'm like, come join. Okay. It's episode 6. How the hell are we going to do this?
Get a Kleenex for both reasons.
Yeah. Great. We start with Scott Hunter. He's player of the year. And Kip is inexplicably watching this in a gay bar.
Because presumably there's so many people in the audience at this award show.
Why is Kip in the bar? Because he couldn't get a ticket, because they weren't selling them or giving them away, because there's not a single person in the crowd. And he's giving this beautiful speech about how he won, but his team won, but also, aside from the Admirals winning, there's maybe something else that got a little bit more attention that night. And he seems genuinely nervous giving this speech. Good acting. Very cute. For me, the sentence in this speech, there's two, but the sentence, I realized that I may be that thing that hockey players like to throw around in the locker room. Oh, Christ. Gay people everywhere hearing that. I mean, geez. It's such a good, concise description of what it is and why it is you might not feel safe in a workplace.
It's an encapsulation of why he hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, this is the same in school, right? Where you're like, oh, okay, that's pejorative. Oh, wicked. Okay, good. Allow me to police myself then for you. You need to say no more. I got it from here, my guys. So devastating. And for me, the thing, and I've heard a lot about that sentence being said, but I felt like for me, the one that resonated was when he said that working that hard to protect a secret is exhausting, but it's also really, really lonely. I was like, but Scott doesn't even have a family. He can't be even more lonely. But it is. It's so isolating to constantly be in hyper awareness, to constantly keep people at arm's length, to constantly check your behavior, to constantly perform a certain set of expectations, presumably of masculinity, because you think those are the giveaways.
Oh, God. And be paranoid all the time. And the crazy thing is that imagine Scott, something that we haven't touched upon is the fact that Scott knows he's gay. And he knows that Ilya and Shane are gay. And so there's these people who know that they are having the same experience, but not able to share that experience. That if anything, they're more sort of, Shane and Ilya are going to be more aggressive towards Scott.
Yeah.
It's just...
And the fact that he says instantly, I got all these letters from young fans, because like there were people who felt exactly the same way, right? Like there's no one to talk to. And then the second there's someone, they're like, please, over here, please me. Well, yeah. And he says fear is powerful. And the only thing more powerful is love, which I found a bit gross. But
he threw the I love you in the speech from TV.
I know. And that you've made me better, which I thought, I was like, well, yeah, to be fair, yes. I assume that Scott now has beautiful art in his apartment. But yes, Ellen weeping at this point, shouting things like grow up at the television, and we're off. Gay love is real. It's very exciting. Love is love, guys. Love is love.
I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, love wins.
But also I think you mentioned how he like looked nervous. I think they did really good acting in the award shows, because in the award scene where the two boys were announcing an award, they were doing like a stunted sort of sketch.
Yeah.
The sort of nervous acting is really, really, really good.
It's incredibly good. Incredibly good. And the fact that they don't look even a little bit nervous when any of them take their goddamn clothes off. Wow, these boys can act. Although maybe they just feel fine if you look like that. Anyway, we cut to tapping the steering wheel, the sound of a wheelie case. Ilya looking like that when he got off a plane. Sorry, insane.
Yeah.
Silence, get in the car. And then he says, is this a Jeep? And I'm like, this is a comedy show. We haven't talked enough on this podcast about how this is an incredible comedy show. Is this a Jeep dying? No, it's British and it's good in the snow because it's super practical because we love Shane for being a consistent boy. It's a comedy show. It's so funny.
Every time Shane takes something like very literally is so silly.
It's practical. It's good in the snow. And I just love that just because these boys are clearly falling in love with each other does not mean for a second, and even though they've conceded they want to spend 2 weeks together, doesn't mean for a second they're ever going to stop insulting or nagging each other.
And you like that. And I know you like that.
Love it.
And I know you like that.
I know that you want to sit around and tell your boyfriend about how beautiful he is, but my girlfriend and I just want to sit around and be quite insulting to each other until we go to bed. It's very nice. That's just how some people show love. And I don't know what you're up to, but that's how we do it. The music, the French song, We Exist Now and That's It. Every day is like a day in the sun with you. La musique. Très bien. And then Shane,
good on you for doing a music thing, because I didn't clock it. I just knew that it was in French.
I only clock it when it's in French. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is serious business. This is going to be probably pretty cinematic.
I would also like to make an announcement that a lot of the things that I will be pointing out are just me recycling things that I saw on the internet. So I would give credit where credit is due, but I simply don't know where the theories are coming from.
Imagine saying that on episode 6. What do you think this whole goddamn thing's been? Yeah, I mean, we are not immune to the world that we live in, guys. Sorry, wake up. Shane says the scariest thing that anyone could say to me if I fancied them. It's a 2-hour drive. Are you joking? A 2-hour drive? What the hell are we going to talk about? What do you mean it's a 2-hour drive? No. This is how you know that they're from like a big country geographically. I was like, what are you doing? Crossing to the other side? What do you mean 2-hour drive?
I think that is... I cannot relate to that at all.
I wrote down, no!
This is so funny because one of my favorite things ever is driving to or from a gig with a friend.
A friend, yeah. Oh my God, get in the car, let's go, let's have a chat. 2 hours before we can well, if I'm Ilya, I'm like, have I brushed my teeth? I need a shower. I need to pee. Do I say that? What if I'm hungry? Don't mention it. Also, like, what, we just talk the whole time? Shouldn't we have sex to release the tension? I would be freaking... Roadhead. I would be freaking it. No, that's dangerous. And I'm Shane. So... And then he's like, we can just have like time to relax. And he says, are we going to relax? Which is so interesting because it's like, Ilya's like, okay, I might be more than sex to you is the question here, right? And Shane's like, yeah, I actually want to for the first time or whatever it is. What does he say? For once. And instead of making a joke, he's actually vulnerable. What I will say is that we again see that cycle of hypervigilance. He's going, I've got groceries in, so we don't have to leave because we don't want to be seen. Yeah. Did anyone recognize you in the airport? Yeah. Hypervigilance. It's so astute and so well done. I mean,
it's like this is the freest they've ever been, and yet still they are not free at all.
Oh, you still got to check the perimeter 100%. And they sort of like plant and the only people nearby are my parents. And you're like, oh.
And they think I'm on a silent retreat.
I heard somebody describe it as Chekhov's parents. And I was like, it's truly that. You're like, oh no.
But this whole thing has a lot of horror movie elements to it. Like specifically the really intense soundtrack as Ilya arrives and gets in the car. You're just like, oh my God, this is so freaking tense. You're the entire time. And there are moments here you're like, are they going to get caught? Are they going to get caught? And they do get caught. But then the amount of times you think that they is just unbearable. Like when he's on the phone and you're like, surely he's gonna like mute it wrong or something,
we'll
right?
get to that. We'll get to that. The idea that he trusts mute like he trusts mute is we'll get to it. But yes, and then he says, thank you for inviting me. And he says, I'm glad you're here. And to me, they do seem, again, I feel like they do a good job of, okay, they don't try to do anything naff that makes these boys look 10 years older, but even this feels more grown up, right? Yeah. We're wearing the most standard Ray-Bans. We're men of a certain age. I like it. And he's like, also terrified.
Terrified, yes.
Which I completely get, because can you imagine having had a situationship for 10 years and now for 2 weeks you have to just like what if you don't like each other?
Yeah.
You're just supposed to hang.
Yeah.
Where are you pooping? You know, I have so many questions.
In the well.
In the what? Don't you dare. That water's great. And then, did anyone recognize you? You just assume they're going to be outed. You really do. When he says, what did you tell your parents? And he says, I thought I want a silent retreat. And he's like, does that sound fake? And it's like, only it would with anybody else, but it doesn't because it's you. Yeah. And you're like, yes, will be like, excellent. That's good for my boy in his game.
You could just see someone bullying him for drinking Huel and him retorting with, it's a complete meal.
Yeah.
That's something Shane would do.
That's definitely something Shane would do, and he only has one flavor that he likes. So much hand holding already in the car, making me so happy. Shane carrying his bag and Ilya taking that as some sort of insult is too funny. Am I the only one who didn't expect Ilya to have a wheelie bag? He's giving like...
I do think you've seen it too many times.
Okay. I'm still going to finish my point, which is that I think he's like a duffel or like a gym bag repurposed. He's not a wheelie bag guy, is he? Okay, you're looking at me like, move on. Fine.
Okay, I like what you're saying. That being said, you're not factoring in how many transatlantic trips he is taking regularly. So the default luggage would be larger than that of a weekend.
But it's not a large wheelie bag, not that I've checked.
No, that's a carry-on for the flight.
Yeah, okay,
That's a carry-on for a big plane.
You're right, okay, fine.
I mean, you asked.
Okay, and then
you fucking asked. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much,
No, that's
Charlie.
a sex thing.
No, Charlie makes a solid point, which is like Ellen prides herself on being able to pack light. But then we get to anywhere and she's like, hey, babe, do you have a toothbrush? Do you have toothpaste? Can I borrow your jacket?
I do this.
And it's like, yes, Ilya's wearing Shane's clothes because he's packed light, but to what end? Yes, very good point. Thank you.
I wear Ewan's underwear on trips, but it's also partially sexual.
Yeah, okay, I hear you. I don't wear any. I'm joking. I'm Shane. We definitely do. I will say the tour of the apartment is so nervous and so endearing.
When he bumps into furniture, he's like,
when he's like, do you want to see the well? And then he goes, and this is another innuendo, if you're thirsty. Everybody's thirsty here, Shane. We're thirsty.
The well is his asshole.
So awkward. And the kissing and the stroking of the face. And now we need to talk about the fact that that's a one shot. That is the choreo that will have been involved for the boom operator, the cameraman, both of those actors to follow around and then change direction and then get up those stairs and then get to the sofa. Are you mad? Impeccable work. Impeccable work. It's a one shot. Are you?
That's absolutely gorgeous.
You're not impressed enough.
No, I am. I'm, if anything, embarrassed that I didn't notice before.
But it's like the bump of the lamp. Oh my God, it's just so good. And then they have the sweetest chat in the world about how Ilya also hasn't had sex.
Oh my God. And Shane's face going, really? Really? Oh, because the thing is, Ilya was jealous. We've established this before, but Shane didn't feel like he could be.
Yeah, my favorite is Shane saying, me neither. It's like, baby boy, we know. No one was thinking you had. That's so cute of you to chime in, but the bigger deal, if you don't mind, is Ilya.
Really? It's been months. Really?
I know.
So cute.
And also, they're talking during sex now, which is a theme in this episode. Ilya's not going, okay, shut up, or like later or after, which has been his standard practice, which is like, I totally get is like, shush, shut up, shush now. And so the sex is developing with them as characters and also developing them as characters. My God, it's so good. It's evolved like their emotional connection has.
And then Shane is doing baby steps in emotional intimacy. He goes, I have an idea. It's so cute, but it's also very, very Koch. It's like, oh my God, wouldn't it be so random? Wouldn't it be so what fun, crazy idea?
I'm spitballing. I'm simply spitballing. Work with me, write it down. Let's think about it.
No bad ideas.
And what's he saying?
He's saying, let's be honest with each other.
And Ilya says that which I really related to. I'll try.
And this whole thing obviously happening very, very cute. In the most horror movie house you've ever seen.
Yes,
in your
the fact they're in
life.
A cottage in the woods and there's like full view from every angle.
Every angle. Yeah. There isn't a wall in the goddamn place.
Full aspect, they are being observed for sure. The holding hands.
It's a fishbowl, not a house.
It's horrific. The holding hands while they talk about guest rooms. The little bit of role play.
Oh my God, the way that Shane's flirting game is up, and like I saw it in the conversation with Rose, but he was like, "I'm just a bellboy. Come on, Shane."
I wrote down so cute. They're actually having fun and flirting. Is this the first time they've ever? Because we've seen them covet each other, we've seen them sort of make demands of each other, we've seen them fuck, but we haven't really got to see them flirt, apart from maybe at the bar ahead of the All-Star game.
It's so cute.
And then we see the mirror image of the first episode where they're in the dark and he's being blown in the dark and Ilya has checked the room, but in this case Ilya's like, leave the blinds open kitchen, and it's in the light, in the sunshine. And after that, my favorite thing happens, which is that Shane makes an Irish mammy number of burgers, which is like, after I didn't know how hungry we'd be. Also, the idea of the recipe for burgers, you didn't make those from scratch, my angel boy. And it's another feta situation for me, which is, I'm sorry, why are you putting those in buns and dressing them?
Oh my God, that's such a good point.
Just pop forward a lunchbox, my darling.
That's so real.
Now the bread's wet. What are you doing?
The whole thing did look like sort of food photography 101. It was like...
No one's taking a picture of those burgers, but okay.
Sorry, before we move on to the burgers, can I just
please
say the scene that you just described about the mirror image?
Yeah.
The way that Ilya touches Shane's nipples through the shirt.
Oh, I missed that. Did I miss that?
He like presses...
I have to watch it again.
He presses him to the glass, but like he uses... It's the... Sorry, it's just so hot.
I can't believe I missed that. We'll watch again, because if you insist, I'll watch again.
It's so hot.
That's crazy. Yeah. Sorry, I was so distracted by the buns being soggy. I didn't want this time. And I think we can safely say that of the pair, Ilya will be the cook. But you could tell that Shane has had his food made for him. That's all I'll say. You can tell this baby boy is an only child whose dad makes his lunches. But my favorite line, one of my favorite lines, I'm going to say my favorite line 100 times today. Leave me alone. No. Leave me alone. No.
There's just something about flirty dialogue.
There's also just something about like, we know we can be like playful with each other, but also like we're obsessed with each other, and everybody knows that, and it's so cute.
Okay, can I overshare something really quickly?
Imagine having to ask that here. Go on.
Okay, so I'm very, very God. So me and my current boyfriend, we were best friends for
Mad to say current boyfriend about your actual fiance.
First husband. And we were friends for a very, very, very long time. Mm-hmm. And I think he was, by his own admission, I mean, I also was, but then I kind of forgot about it, quite cautious of transitioning from friendship to dating, right? Mm. And like up until we went to the point of dating, it was very like... Yeah. But once we did, he was so in. He was like full bussy in. And I was like... And I remember being like, whoa, okay. Because like 2 days ago, you were like, I don't know if we should do this. But now it's like, we're going on a trip together, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. And then watching this, obviously relating it to my life. But it's like, you could see that once Ilya decided he was in, fully in. Yeah. There's no hesitation.
I completely
like the
agree.
intensity with which he was like, oh, this is whatever, it's just sex, is like, now it's like, no, you're my boyfriend now, actually. Like if we're doing it, we're going to do it right. There's no half measures again.
And just the idea that also that like everything they're doing, maybe Ilya's actually done this before a little bit. Like he's actually had a relationship that isn't just sex. He's actually had sex with a man. And everything he does, Shane is like,
Really?
Is that allowed? Is that on the menu? He's so excited. In episode 5, Ilya shuts down Shane for asking too many questions. But now it's Ilya asking the questions.
And when he asks about his parents, he knows their names.
I know.
I know. Ilya, that is zero chill.
It's so cute.
You don't even do the song and dance of like, oh, tell me about your parents. What are their names?
He's like, you get your looks from Una, and David is what? Boring? Is that genetic? And he's like, you played for McGill.
And he works for the, say it with me now, Treasury Board of Canada.
I love it so much when he's like, what is McGill? I'm like, yes, insult your lover, please insult your lover. Oh, I love it so much. When he says, do they know about you? And he's like, no, but maybe I would have told them. And he's like, what, that's my fault?
That's what I'm saying. That I think Shane was maybe more ready to come out.
Yes, and I think he's like actually speaking without thinking here. He's kind of going like, yeah, maybe I probably might have told them without this big complication. And I do get it from Shane. Like it's so hard to come out. Often when you're queer, right, you'll wait till you have a person to come out for, is how I hear people say it. They'll be like, there's no point unless I have a partner. Yeah. There's no point in all the hassle. Especially if you're still hoping that you might be bisexual. But his person, even when he has him, although he never actually has him officially, is his rival. And that's so complicated. And it wasn't a relationship. So I do understand what he means. But I just, I think it's so sweet. And Ilya taking his hand off his leg when he stands up and is like, okay, I've learned something about Shane. Because I initially thought like maybe he was a bit insulted by the idea that it was his fault. But I could see him thinking afterwards and he was like, something to remedy. Did you get that sense?
I don't think I've seen this show as many times as you have.
And I'm probably so projecting.
Because basically the only note I have here is the curly mullet is beautiful.
And that's also true.
That's something you pointed out as well, that he's embracing his curls. And on my second rewatch, I was like, oh my God, stunning.
The more comfortable they get, the bigger his hair gets. And I'm like, girl, yes, I really get it. And he goes back down to flatten down when he goes to see the parents because that's respectful. Love that they're by the fire and that they're looking at the fire and Shane's like, a bit of romance. And Ilya's like, what? We just look at it?
And then he loves it. And then immediately, later in that scene, he's lying on his lap and he's like, I don't want to go inside. This is amazing.
I know. But before that, Ilya's looking at him and the look he gives Shane when he notices who's texting him. When he realizes it's Rose and he's like, his face is like, how dare you text on this holiday and how dare you ever text her? It's so funny. And he's like, dude, I'm gay. And he's like, not so gay. You couldn't fuck Rose Landry.
I love that he's jealous. I love that he's jealous.
Because it's so vulnerable to be jealous as well.
Yeah.
Or actually, oh my God. The fact that he also, Ilya's like, what kind of disaster? I'm like, yes, I would also. It's like when you're like, what are your exes like? Tell me everything. Tell me all the things that they did wrong. And Shane's so dignified.
How is my pussy more symmetrical? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's so specific, but yeah, absolutely. And he just won't get into the details. And then I remind you again, dear listener, this is a comedy show because who pipes up?
The Loons.
The Loons. Genuinely so funny. What the fuck was that? Oh my God, I squealed.
Bird that sounds like a wolf.
Oh, it's so good. And then his little protector call, which I've mentioned before, but Shane does, a bird that scares off loons. Why do I know this? I don't know. I'm mentally unwell. And
I'm sure there's a lot of YouTube tutorials for that. That just sounds like something that someone would make a YouTube tutorial for.
Yeah, but why do I know? And then another of my favorite lines, which is like, this is, I think, all the stuff that's leading up to the I love you. So they're like, leave me alone, no. And this one is, I hate you. And Shane says, no, you don't. The long stare. We've all had that conversation just before the I love you. That's like, I hate you. And it's like, okay. Sure. Yeah, maybe.
Oh God, the pre I love you that I really, really like you.
I know.
Oh God, come on.
I love hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Oh, Ilya lying down with his head in his lap, and unlike episode 4, where when they have physical intimacy, it still feels like to Shane that has to be a precursor for sex, or that's how they comfort each other. He's got his head in his lap and he doesn't even give him head. Whoa, it's love, boys. It's love. It's so cute. I just and then he starts to actually open up about his family. Shane again with I'm sorry, but he needs to learn some more emotionally astute words when he's like, sorry, your family sucks. I was like, that can't be how you're opening this conversation. That can't be it. And he's like, no, my mother didn't suck. And I was like, good God, these boys need some help. And then we find out about how his mom died.
Yeah.
And it's very, very sad.
And everything he says about his mom can be applied to him. So when he says funny, beautiful, sad, she was really sad and dad was really hard on her. Everything he's saying applies to him.
Oh my God, Olga.
And I don't even think he realizes that.
I didn't realize. That's so nice. And then Shane's like, do you want to go inside? And he's like, no, I'm actually okay being out here, being vulnerable, talking to you.
And he actually does like the fire at the end. But
it's
interesting that he can clearly extend the sort of empathy about the world being cruel to someone, to his mom, but he has trouble doing that to himself, right?
Yeah.
When he's talking on the phone in the previous episode, he's like, oh my God, I feel so bad. But it's like, but the same thing happened to your mom and you could see that she was a victim in the situation.
Totally. And that idea of like, I don't want you to think she was weak, that feels cultural.
Yeah.
It feels shaming around suicide. It's like he's obviously had these judgments said out loud near him, or maybe even thought them about his own like difficulties. Oh, it's so beautiful. And then it's a case of another we're almost at I love you.
Oh, yeah. Good morning.
I like you.
Oh, come on.
They're just dancing around I love you. And it's so effective. It's more effective, actually, than when you see this in other shows because we know something Shane doesn't. We know that in Russian, Ilya said I love you. We know what he's making himself not say because he's still nervous. Ugh. Because the last time I made you a sandwich, you freaked out. So I'm not just going to jump in with I love you. It's too much. And then...
Also, can we just say very, very quickly, the outline of Ilya's lips. The outline of his lips.
Both of their lips. It's just incredible. Incredible. Generic hockey video game that they didn't have the rights for. Obsessed.
Perfect. And another instance of our favorite thing where they just boys horsing around, right?
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh my god, the way like my favorite scenes from this entire episode are like them playing soccer together, and then
I have thoughts on that, but we'll get
and
to
then playing video games together. But it's like them racing up the stairs and they're wrestling, and it's so cute.
It's so good. Another case of zero self-awareness from Shane is when he gets the phone call and he puts Hayden on mute, and then he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I won't do anything, but if you get hard." And Shane says, "I'm not going to." And it's like, are you watching the same show we are? You definitely are.
Are you not hard right now?
Can you see the man that we're all seeing? Are you talking to the man we're talking to?
And Ilya's face on Shane's knee, looking up.
And the thumbs up when he gets hard. It's so smug. It's so fun. The call with Hayden. Shane is trusting mute.
And
in a way I could never.
Horror movie.
Hell on earth. It's that miscommunication thing again of you're sure he's gonna. But I mean,
was sure he was gonna hear it.
It's wild. Also, the weirdly heavy breathing he's doing there on the phone. Is this what it is to have 4 children? You just don't notice that your friend becomes Liam Neeson when you're on the phone together? Like, I'm sorry. What? God. How does Hayden not notice this? It's baffling.
But it's the same as like, look at that fan going down on the ice.
Yeah.
I guess he won a kiss in a raffle. Oh, Shane's doing one of those deep breaths again.
Oh my God, you're so right. And then he says, "Why was that so fucking hot?" And it's like, well, first of all, my guy, because Ilya. But secondly, when he's like, "Well, you like being bad," and Shane gets so serious.
That's not what this is. Not now. And not for a long time.
Not anymore. It's just like, and it's also, again, comforting Ilya's unspoken worry, which is, am I just sex to you? I love that he always fishes for reassurance with a joke as well, does Ilya? He's always like, it's just because you like being bad. And it's like, baby boy, you still can't ask for what you need, but that's okay. And then he says, "So you love Hayden?" He's so jealous.
It's crazy because the first time I watched all of this, I was like, why is Ilya being such a dick? Why is he constantly provoking Shane? Why is he constantly bringing up girls? Why is he doing this? And now that you've said that obviously he's just jealous and looking for reassurance, I'm like, oh, obviously.
That's so funny because
You've opened my eyes.
Wow, okay, wow.
Because I was like, Ilya's just being a dick. Why is he bringing up girls all the time?
I'm like, there's one character in this show and only one character in this show. I will empathize only with one character in this show.
Yeah, no, that's clear.
I'm glad. They then play the football game. And if I may, I was watching this with Ellen and she was like, "Wow, Shane sucks at soccer, but Connor's good." And I was like, huh. I would never have known the difference. But yes, Connor's very good. Ilya's very good. We mustn't get those confused. Ilya says he'll be a free agent next season, which again, fishing. He's fishing. He's like, "So, yeah, I just don't really want to have a Russian passport. What will I do? Where will I go? What could happen, I wonder?" And Shane's like, But post-tuna melt, it's like he's trying to be honest, but he's also trying to be light because he's scared of freaking Shane out, I think. And so he's trying to be subtle, which with Shane, you must never be.
This is so interesting because honestly, like the more we do the show, and sadly this is the last episode of this show, is
it?
No, I meant of this show.
Okay, fine. Okay, because I was like, Olga,
please no.
I don't know if I'm ready. We'll get to that. But this is the last episode of this season.
Of this season of Heated Rivalry.
Wow, sorry. I got so angry at you just then. I was like, it's of the season. Of the season.
Everything's going to be okay. It's very clear that you watched the show through the eyes of Ilya and I watched the show through the eyes of Shane. Because you're sitting there being like, oh, Ilya wants Shane to ask him to stay or move or blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there being like, why can't Ilya just say that he wants, like, why is he bringing up Svetlana? And how dare he hurt little Shane and even talk about marrying her?
Because the last time he put himself out there, Shane was like, "Peace out." And also, he's in Shane's house.
Of course, now I know. Now I understand.
Okay,
but I'm Shane.
What I really like about the video game and the football game, and actually all of this episode, the dappled light on the water, is that they managed to make it feel very real time. Like, it's not all sex and big feelings. There's like actual downtime, which is so impressive in a show like this.
It's got the feel of, I never played them, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Remember in lockdown when everybody was playing their little Nintendo DS, like cute cottage core games? This is cottage core, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what
but
you
it's
mean.
like Farmville. Do you know what I'm talking about? Animal Crossing, that's the one.
Crossing.
It's got that feel to it. Where it's like, oh, cozy boys doing cozy stuff in a cottage.
I have no reference for this.
Okay, fair enough.
I believe you. They must have so many questions for each other. If you think about the fact that they've been seeing each other on and off for 10 years.
Yeah.
They must have 1,000 questions. And yet they are boys, so they're both on their phones. And
but it's very important representation of parallel play when their toes touch, but they're just on their own phones.
Their little toes. And then Ilya says, I could marry Svetlana.
No. Shane's eyes full of tears again. Full of tears.
And rage.
Defying gravity with the water.
He's gonna kill her. He's gonna kill for sure. She has American citizenship. She would do it. Shane starts to fully tear up. He says, and this is the devastating bit. He's like, but you like women so you could just find someone you actually want to marry. Oh. Which like, he doesn't realize he's being fished for compliments. So he's just like, yeah, and another way you could hurt me is this.
Yeah.
It's too much. Ilya says Russia's a bad... No, I get it.
Ilya's got to stop hinting. Shane doesn't pick up on hints.
Yeah, he's got to stop trying to do subtle with Shane. I really agree. I think I do get it. Like Russia's... If Ilya, say, injures himself tomorrow and he just has to go back to Russia, like that's not a good place for him to be.
No, God no.
But he is testing Shane here, which he shouldn't be doing. He shouldn't be going like, does this make you feel any kind of way? He should just say what he means. And he does eventually, after he says... Everywhere I go, there's beautiful women, and they all love me.
Why would you do that to Shane?
And Shane's like, that must suck. And he's trying to be chill.
Why would you do that?
But
he made you 8 burgers.
He made you 8 burgers, and you're like, I cannot move for women trying to fuck me. And then he's like, but the problem, I have a problem, and the problem is that I'm always hoping that they're this slow hockey player with beautiful freckles and a weak backhand. Sandwich it with insults. I'm dead. Yes.
And Shane's smile. Shane's goofy ass smile. Shane's goofy ass smile.
Do you want that problem to go away? I don't ever want that problem to go away. Ever. 2 evers.
2 evers.
Ever.
2 evers.
And then Shane's like, we will figure something out. Okay. That okay of desperation.
Don't marry Svetlana, just don't.
They press their little feet together, and then Yuna's son stays up all night to figure something out. That's my boy.
Oh yeah.
That's his mother's son.
We've all been there. We've all been there. Tossing and turning at night.
The lesbian spreadsheet of how will we make this work? I was like, I'm obsessed. And he doesn't wait till the morning. This man's not waiting till the morning. He's not like, got a plan, got a theory, got a thought. He'll tell him over eggs. He's like, wake the hell up. It's the middle of the night. I've solved our problem. Which Ilya hates, and I totally understand. I would also be like, dude, what?
Really? I would feel like you're the one doing the waking up.
Oh yeah, obviously. But if you wake me up, I'd be like, what the hell is this? I planned my 7.5 hours and I need them. Thank you so much. I love that even in this moment, they're competitive. You go to Ottawa and then we say that I approached you, or I approached you.
Yeah.
Relax, you goddamn boys. We'd only be 2 hours away, which really speaks to how far away I guess they are from each other all the time, that they think 2 hours is normal. And then when we retire, maybe we really get to be together. And he says, you think that far ahead? And he says, about this I do. Also, you think that far ahead about everything. Come on, Shane. Why are you lying to yourself? That boy has definitely planned it.
This is true.
You own multiple properties. You're a planner. Why are you pretending? And then he says, is that what you want, to be together?
So much it scares me.
Barf. But and then again, Ilya, second time in the show, when he cries, he turns his face away. He doesn't expect comfort. He thinks that that's a private business, that he has to comfort himself, that emotion shouldn't be displayed. And Shane, yet again, pulls his face back. And you can just see he's like, somebody just wants me. They don't even need anything from me. In fact, they want to help me, and they love me, and they are planning for me. And they're like a team now, which is sports metaphor. Sorry, very important to these boys. 10 years, I wrote down here, 10 years into this hookup, giving the girlies hope for their situationship is irresponsible. No, girls, it's not for you.
The Tonsil Hockey Podcast does not endorse that message.
No, we do not. What's he saying in Russian when he's like, starts to speak in Russian? When
he says, I love you in Russian.
Okay, does he? And then
he says, I love you in Russian. And at this point, I think, well, he's not going to get the balls to say it in English. Mm-hmm. And then he does.
And he says, I love you.
And the first thing that Shane says is, holy shit.
Holy shit.
And you know when else he says this?
What?
The very first time they have sex. After Ilya leaves, he puts his head back on the pillow and he goes, holy shit.
Oh my God, he can't believe his life. He can't believe his life. Before we get to the holy shit, which I just loved as a reaction, just Ilya saying I love you is so brave.
And I'm so glad that he's the first to say it.
Oh, it had to be him. It had to be him. But it's so brave because, like, I think it's so easy, isn't it, when you're in a relationship, you say it all the time, to forget like how fucking terrifying it is to be like, here you go, here's all of me, try not to break it. Like,
I understand, but that being said, this guy did just wake you up in the middle of the night and planned your entire life
Yeah.
together. It was a safe time to do it.
Sure, I do get it, but then yes, holy shit, the like disbelief still. Which, by the way, how endearing that Shane has always felt this way about this boy he loves, which is like, I can't believe this man wants me. Like, what a gorgeous way to think of your partner.
It's also so interesting because it's very clear that Shane is almost perfectly fine being in a sort of like asymmetrical relationship where he's happy to be the one making plans or saying things that are vulnerable because he's like, okay, well, Ilya's got his own shit, but I'm happy to just be very honest about how I feel. And the fact that he, I mean, as demonstrated by him being like, really about Ilya not fucking anybody else. It's like he never feels entitled to be reciprocated in the intensity of feeling. And so the fact that he is reciprocating is shocking to Shane. Because Shane was like, oh, I thought I would bring 90 and you'd bring 20 and I would be happy with that.
Yeah.
But you're bringing 110.
Yeah, it's so unbelievably sweet. And then I think in response to the holy shit, I couldn't figure out if Ilya was going to say, I mean it, or if he was going to say, I mean... Like he was going to try to qualify, right?
I think he was going to take it back.
And Shane doesn't let him. He's like, I love you too. I love you too. And also, like, who else do you think tells Ilya that he loves? Like, maybe Svetlana tells him that she loves him, but do you think his dad's ever said it? Do you think his brother's ever said it? Oh, does it fucking kill you too? Not anymore.
Ah, fuck.
I assume everyone paused and had 25 minutes to themselves and then came back in, washed their hands, gets the remote, let's go. And then the same song that's playing when he goes out to meet him, give him the coffee and the blanket, I think that's the same song as when they're on the rooftop in Vegas.
Oh my God, okay.
And that's also a similar picture to that, and also a similar picture to when he found him on the beach, right? So like we're seeing replication, which is so effective.
You're absolutely killing it with the music and the camera work in this episode.
Women on the internet told me about that. Then they're in bed together. You love spoon sex.
There's spoon sex and he goes, please fuck me, and then puts his thumb in Ilya's mouth. There's some...
How did we let this happen? We were both dumb and irresponsible. So cute. The fact that it's still so fucking hot, like, because I was like, how are they going to keep it hot in the second series when they love each other and are just together? But then I would watch these boys just spreadsheet their lives. Like if they were just sat around planning weekends getaways to city breaks, I would also watch that. But the fact that they can still have hot sex when they're in love, I was so relieved. Ilya staring at the ceiling and tearing up basically at this point. And you just get the sense like he's like, cool, I can actually have what I want.
Because, and I take this back, sorry, and I bring this up again for, I want to say a third time, is I don't think Ilya has any shame about his gayness at all.
I agree. I just
so
think,
the only sorry.
I just think he just couldn't fathom that it could happen for him.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So it's like, it's not like he has to deal with his internal homophobia and his family. It's like his family was the only obstacle. But like Russia was the only obstacle. He's always been fine.
And in this moment, he just feels full. Like he feels, as opposed to the emptiness he talks about in that monologue in season 5. It's like, this boy is just like full heart. It's so sweet. And then not good pillow talk from Shane. What was your mother's name? I was like, okay, I'm dry. But
well, Shane doesn't know Ilya's parents' names.
No, he doesn't. And
embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Ilya did his homework.
But I feel like Ilya could Google it more easily than Shane could. That's just my opinion. I also did the logic on that. I was like, why didn't you just Google? But then I was like, maybe it's not on record anywhere.
They're probably not on record.
He says, when he says that they could set up the charity in her honor, and then Ilya says, she would have loved you like I love you. I'm seeing a lot of people finding that very endearing. I was like, hope not. I was like, I don't think that would be appropriate, ma'am.
Say it again in Russian, please.
Is there a better language to be spoken to if you're a bottom than Russian?
That is so funny. Because Russian has never been sexy. And so
it is if you're a power top. Fuck yeah.
So.
I can't think of a sexier language.
German?
If you want a bottom. Oh, I don't like it. And then, sorry, after all of this intensity, we're back to baby boys because Ilya's doing a handstand in the water with his water shoes on. Oh my god. Nerd alert. Cute. And my favorite moment, I think, in like television, in the history of television love, is him kissing his ankle and then saying, "Gimme kiss,
gimme kiss,
gimme kiss," and then they have a big smooch. Could there be anything sweeter in the world? But gimme kiss, I think, is exactly is me. You're right. He doesn't seem to have any internalized shame. He's just immediately like, "We're doing this. I love you. Gimme kiss, gimme kiss, gimme kiss." It's so sweet. And Shane, so himself, "What if I had my phone in my pocket?" This guy is never not uptight. I love him so much. It's a wonder he's a bottom. And how, I just simply don't know how he relaxes enough.
Also, Ilya reveals that he watched Shane's yoga video. He was like, "This is where you do yoga."
That's
oh my
right.
god! I'm telling you, he's putting his whole pussy into this.
Oh my god, that's so right. They start to walk back.
It's like, do you want hot dogs? The hot dogs to me is such a, so like the fact that he's like, I did groceries. We're actually never going to have to leave. And what he did groceries for were burgers and hot dogs.
What happened to your macrobiotic diet, my guy?
But it's like two children playing house.
I know.
It's like, oh, we could cook for ourselves. I don't know, burgers and hot dogs. And it's like as if a burger needs a recipe. As if a burger needs a recipe.
It's so cute.
You forget the order in which the bread and the meat go? What are you talking about?
It's too much. And then this is nightmare stuff. They're walking back and there's a pan out. And Shane's dad is there.
And it enters a canon of those shots. The one from Michelle Williams seeing the kiss from Brokeback Mountain.
Oh my god,
do you know that? That's a huge meme now.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
It's a canon of gay men being
horror.
caught.
It's a horror
It
film.
is horror. It definitely horror. And in that moment, when Shane's dad leaves, you're like, oh my god, is he gonna hate the fact that Shane is gay?
I think it's so awful that he leaves.
Why did he leave?
I think it's
if he's
so
chill with him being gay, why are you leaving?
So awful that he leaves. The only generous read I can have from that is that like he doesn't want to say his initial feelings. But I don't think he has enough time to think about that. I think like,
why are you abandoning your child?
It's so awful that he leaves. It just feels like it's basically saying like, I'm ashamed of this.
Yeah.
Ellen was like, that doesn't read as true to me that anybody would leave, but I have had a girlfriend's mom walk in on us, and she basically, I think she suspected my girlfriend at the time was gay. She wasn't out to her family, and her mom had a key to her apartment, so she came to our apartment at like 6 a.m., walked into our bedroom. We were asleep. Woke up when she opened the door. We're obviously like, what the? And then she left. She drove 2 hours back to the part of the country she was from. It was one of the weirdest, eeriest feelings of my life.
Why did she come in? Was she looking
I think she was
it?
checking. I think she was like, I know and I want to know. It was horrible. So when he says this is my nightmare, I completely understand. I feel like it's an absolute hellscape. And can you... Like, and I think that feeling of like not having been able to manage or plan or word how you tell your parents, because like,
especially for Shane, especially for someone like Shane.
The man loves a plan. And also, sorry, just like sidebar, the fact that Ilya is so nice about this, when I'd be like, I thought we were having 2 weeks of fucking holiday, and now we have to do this. We have to talk to your mom and dad. A best case scenario, we end up all having to hang out loads. What the I would be like, fuck. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
But Ilya steps up so seamlessly. It's not even something he has to be asked for, and it's not something he's even making a big deal out of.
Yeah,
like he's like, yeah, no, I'm here, and I'm part of it. And it's like the way that Ilya treats being there and being Shane's rock so casually in such a like a presumed way is the sexiest thing I've ever seen.
It's unbelievable. Do you want me to come with you? You would, of course.
Of course, yeah, of course. It's the no big deal out of it. It's like, no, Ilya's in, and if he's in, he's in.
Is it also not just Ilya being like, please, you think you have a difficult family? Let's go do this. This is gonna be a walk in the park. You should have met my dad. But it is like, I feel like Shane acting like his family are gonna be difficult is a bit like when an English person tells me they have lots of cousins. I'm like, we'll see. We'll see.
But his dad just left.
Yeah, I'm just like, we'll just see. But it is so nice of him to come. And it's so funny that he wears the Boston shirt. It's aggressive. I love it so much.
They don't know I play for Boston.
Maybe you shouldn't come in. And Ilya doesn't even say anything. He just looks at him like, yeah, I'm going to be coming in.
Before we get into that scene, when they're still at the cottage looking at each other, and then Shane sits down and hugs him like in a blowjob position, but they're not blowing each other right now. They're being there for each other.
Guys, they can see each other as things other than sexual objects. It's crazy. My my favorite is when they get to the house and Shane says, "Hey, it's me, Shane." Truly a man in panic. "Hey, it's me, Shane." Oh, our only son? Yeah, we know your name. We know your name. Did you think that in the interim, David has told Una?
Yeah.
So I
You don't
thought,
think
yes,
so?
but they play it like no. Because she's like, find out what?
Oh, interesting. So you think that actually the dad was like, I'm going to keep my son's secret vibes?
Well, no, in my head, obviously David runs back and is like trying to say nothing because he's trying to pretend that it doesn't exist because then he might have to come out. But
What, as having faked his job at the Treasury Board of Canada? Every day he gets into the car, circles the block.
But Shane says, "I'm sorry I had to find out this way. This is Ilya, but you already know that. And we are
Lovers. Lovers. Oh, that would mortify you.
I would be exactly like Shane. That's gross. I really understand. It's so funny how I empathize with Ilya, but I really, really feel like Shane.
There's something about Russian men being lovers in English-speaking TV shows. Carrie Bradshaw and the ballerina.
Well, that's
He wasn't a ballerina in the show. He was a ballerina in real life. What was he in real life? Do you know? Mikhail Baryshnikov. You remember him?
But
Lava. Russian lava, she called him.
But Lovers makes me want to vomit. And then Una's like, "But you hate him."
No, I love him.
But I love him. By the way, his parents are doing really well to hold their faces together because I feel like they're getting a lot of information, right? They're finding out that he's gay. They're finding out that he has been lying to them a long time. They're finding out he is with Ilya. They're finding out that they've been at the cottage. They're finding out the silent retreat was a fucking ruse. And they're doing really well to hold their faces together, mainly because I would be dying at the revelations, but I'd be dying at the tea. Like, I wouldn't even be like, I'm so shocked by this. I'd just be like, "Oh, this is amazing gossip." Are you kidding? I'd be like, what? But they're just like, okay.
But they seem more upset about the fact that it's Ilya than the fact that it's a man.
Sports parents.
And so Yuna's like, how is this going to affect your career? How is this going to affect the sponsorships? It's like, to me, that's like, surely who cares if he's on the
No, I totally
team?
understand.
Really?
I think the most mature move here comes from Shane. He's like, "Can we sit down?" And Ilya, did you notice this? Sits in the place that he wasn't when they were in the restaurant.
Yes.
My
Finally,
God.
there is a fourth.
Then Shane's parents do what all parents have to do to make themselves feel better and less out of the loop. Which is why I think they say it. They're like, "We thought you might be gay." And I'm like, I feel like you just need to say that to make yourself feel better, because if you did think he was gay and you didn't mention even one time that it might be okay for him to be gay, that's not a great move from you guys. Don't you think?
So you don't think they thought that? Of course they did with the Swedish princess.
I don't think they did it they knew consciously. I think that they are like, well, maybe it's just a trope, but it just feels like every parent's always like, "Yeah, maybe I was onto that," and you're like, "No, you weren't."
But also,
Una wasn't. David was.
But isn't it an awkward thing to bring up?
Yeah, I know.
To be like, "Hey, by the way,
I think that if you think your son
that
is
Chris Hemsworth, huh?"
Well, you say that, but like, I feel like if you think your son's gay, you could maybe initiate conversations about like why that would be fine, or like, "Hey, by the way, if you ever did date a man or a woman."
Are you going to do that to your kids about straightness?
No, that won't be acceptable in my house. Absolutely not.
Bisexual at most.
At most. I got it from my mother. I think. I just think. Listen, they are not doing perfectly, but they're doing pretty fucking well. I think. When they're like, "How long has it been going on?" and Shane says, "From our rookie year," and Ilya's like, "No, from the year before," and he's like, "Not helping, not helping." It's so cute. My favorite is when David's like, "I'm just not getting it at all." When because Una says, "Wait, so you've been in love with each other since then?" And they're like, "Ew, no, Jesus, no, God, no, what, no." And we were just bumming, and then David still doesn't get it, and so she says "lovers" again, and Shane's like, "No one is allowed to use that word ever again." Una now brings up what would be my first question, which is, do you ever let this boy win?
That is, very, very Catherine Bohart coded.
Absolutely obsessed with the fact that his comparative relationship is his parents. Shane has no friends. He's like, "Do you ever let dad win at cards?" And she's like, "I'd rather die." But I'm sorry, that will be an issue for me. And if I was Shane...
But how many playoffs did he win?
Okay.
How many times has he won the cup?
Yes, and the reason he got injured is because he was busy making eyes at Ilya. And the reason Ilya didn't care that he didn't win that shoot thing. You know, like they were doing the like skills test.
Yeah, okay, but Yuna's not
No.
Ilya's mom, so it doesn't really matter if Ilya lets
She
Shane
will be
win.
in 5 minutes. But also, my thing is like, I can see how if you are a teammate, you're concerned.
Yeah, of course.
Like if you're gabbing, are you telling them that I have a sore ankle? Are you telling them what our
Yeah.
strategy is? I know they're not, but I'm just saying I do understand it as a concern.
Okay. Plot twist, Catherine actually disapproves of the relationship.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Episode 6, guys, right? Everyone was like, how is this gonna work? I don't like it. But I love that he's like, would you let dad win at cards? And she's like, I'd rather die.
Good vodka. Very funny.
Very funny. My favorite is David going, but you're such a ladies' man. And then them having to process that Ilya's bisexual. They're just like, what? Huh? Yeah, that really throws them. And I think it's because they're both realizing that they are too. And then they say, well, I've only been in love with one person.
Don't.
It's so sweet.
Same here. And then their feet touch.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing saying I love you to each other, which they just did. It's another declaring it to your parents less than 24 hours after.
That's so interesting because I feel like they are saying love a lot to the parents to make it okay.
Interesting. Like, to be like, no, this is serious. This isn't just fucking around.
Like they'd have to justify it. Like they couldn't just be like, we're just fucking.
Right.
In the same way that like you have to be like, love is love instead of just like.
Fuck is fuck.
Fuck is fuck. Truly. But anyway, that's what I felt in that scenario.
Interesting.
Una goes outside.
And I guess love is like more chaste.
Oh, it's 100% more
so
chaste.
It's like we're lovers.
And more like palatable and more heteronormative, I suppose, in terms of what they will understand. But Una goes outside and I get it. She needs a breath. She's processing. And Shane's so brave. He follows her out there. I think that's so brave and kind with her cardigan.
Cried hard during the scene.
She's processing and he says, I'm sorry, I tried really hard, but I couldn't help it. Which feels like it wakes her up. It's like she's like, what the hell is this boy apologizing to me for? And she's like, you have nothing to apologize for. I'm sorry for making you feel like you couldn't tell me. I mean, it's healing shit, right?
It also made me realize, I think Shane, and I keep coming back to this, I think Shane harbored more sort of guilt about being gay than Ilya ever did.
Oh, 100%. And more guilt about lying. And because Ilya, I think, had to be more self-sufficient his whole life. He had to be more distinct from his family his whole life.
Yeah.
Their approval around those things had to matter less because...
Yeah, and also, he didn't see his dad as a role model in any way, in a way that maybe Shane saw his parents.
Or as a confidant.
Yeah.
He didn't assume that they knew everything about each other. In fact, that was like, there was very clear delineations about what they dealt with each other and what they did separately. Shane is not so individualized from his family. And so, but I mean, it is just like the idea that she would apologize to him. I mean, I don't know anyone who's experienced that. There's so much apologizing for yourself that comes with being gay to your parents.
Jennifer Garner did that in the Love, Simon movie.
Yeah, and Olivia Colman sort of does it in Heartstopper, but this to me felt like the most authentic. It's like he apologizes first and then she's like, holy shit balls. No, wait a second. I'm the mom. And I'm going to be the mom. And the acting here from both of them is devastating. And then Una does the most in character on brand thing ever, which is like, they've had their feelings. She's processed and now enough.
How are we going to monetize this?
It's momager time. What's the plan? Oh, say it again to me, what's the plan?
There's a world of opportunity here if we do it right. Come on! She's just like a used car salesman immediately.
I love this woman. What's the plan? Ilya is eating pasta. For me, this is when we see Connor. And I'll tell you for why. In interviews, he has said the little dance he does when he's eating the pasta, not character work. He's just lived in LA for a long time and doesn't usually eat carbs. He was so happy to be eating the pasta. By the way, their press tour, just going to segue for a second, where they talk a lot about their glute routines, what they eat, what they don't eat. They don't eat carbs, they don't eat gluten, blah, 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 blah. Initially, I was finding it really annoying because I was like, no, you look like that because you're fucking 25. And then I was like, well, that's not true. Obviously, they look insane. But Ellen was quite right, I think, to point out to me. She was like, don't you find it refreshing that they're just honest? That actually, like, I'm so sick of hearing Hollywood stars like, yeah, they're not like, I just drink a lot of water and I guess I just love this, like, I love moving my body. It's like, no, these boys are having to be
eating
obsessive.
disorder. Yeah.
And finally, it's the boys' turn.
Yes.
Yes. He
He's eating spaghetti. He's so excited to be in a family. He's like, literally, these people can react in the worst way possible and it'll still be best case scenario for him.
I can still 100% eat on this stomach. Yeah, absolutely. I like to think about that he and David were talking about how handsome Scott is when the other two were outside. Or just like
David's like, so what's frauding? I've been hearing this word a lot.
100%. They're swapping recipes.
Oh God!
Then
My
we go-
favorite edit of this entire. Do you know the fan edits that they make of it?
Yeah.
My favorite fan edit was
They make. Yes, they make.
these people unnamed in the shadows. My favorite edit of the show was just a bunch of shots of Ilya eating the spaghetti and just the bit of Mom's spaghetti, from the Eminem song, just Mom's spaghetti, Mom's spaghetti, Mom's spaghetti. It was phenomenal.
Incredible. The idea that Una is instantly onto brand chat is phenomenal, and Shane has to be like, lady, slow down.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that the pressure to come out was going to come from Una for monetary reasons.
I wonder if they'll be realistic in the next series about what it would do to their brand deals, or
if
if
it would do anything to the brand deals. I think it would probably affect team chemistry if it were to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. I think if your sport is if you're like just being used to promote like manhood, manliness, I don't know. I think there's a world in which like there's homophobia in those.
You don't think it would be an absolute shitstorm? Headline: Reebok drops athlete after he comes out.
I don't know. I mean, I do think Reebok is for straight people, so I'm torn there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's a homosexual brand.
Okay, she's negging you, Reebok. You gotta reach out.
Then they say, what are you going to do? Just wait till you retire? That's so sad. And it's so nice to have an outside voice be like, dudes, that's bleak. But Shane then goes into brace position and his parents get to watch his partner soothe him. And it's like, that's when they realize that it's the real deal. Like,
before we get to that.
I know.
Before we get
Go
to
on.
that, can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to be loyal to me, not Boston.
I was with Una a bit here. I was like, wait, you're not going to make a bad career choice for this boy, are you? I felt like she was really
She's not his manager.
But I felt like she was suddenly being Ilya's mom too. She was like, hold the phone. My boys are on the two best teams. Why are we getting on a worse team? But also just love that she was like, loyalty. I'm obsessed with her.
He's trying to be loyal to me, not Boston.
Mom, Scott Hunter is right next door.
It's also just like, I think he's trying to be loyal to me, not Boston. Is it like, there's like levels to this, because not only is he recognizing how much Ilya loves him, he also feels comfortable saying out loud that Ilya loves him and sharing with his mom how much Ilya loves him. And I think there's so many like risks there, given the fact that how much negging there was before and how insecure it was before, that like he's not scared in that moment that Ilya's going to be like, no, I don't want to be loyal to you. Like he's so secure in it. Imagine being that secure.
I do understand. I think I do understand. Like on the one hand, I thought initially when I first watched it that Una was just being like, will you be loyal to my son? But actually the more I watch it, the more I feel like Una's saying what I'm thinking, which is like, I don't just want Ilya to make all the big sacrifices for Shane, because Ilya's used to doing that because he doesn't have like people who do it for him. I was a little bit wary. That's all I'm saying. But I adore them both, obviously. And then, of course, what happens next is that he says, your family is here. Your boyfriend is here.
You're good here. Your family's here. Your boyfriend is here. My boyfriend?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, probably. And then they kiss, the little kiss when he definitely still has food in his mouth, because Ilya will not stop eating. Oh my God. Oh my God.
But also, Shane, come on. After this guy professes his love to you and says he's moving to a different country for you, and you're like, boyfriend? Wait, what are we?
No,
what?
shut up. No, you shut up. No, you shut up.
Boyfriend.
And then you can just see that his parents are like, oh, this isn't just that asshole from hockey. They adore him. And then she says, since their rookie year, and David flaming says, the summer before. The summer before I'm dead. They are so quickly on board. Look, I know that this isn't like 100% a perfect reaction from the parents, but I think it's as close as we get. And the fact that they're on board so fast before Ilya has finished his pasta, and they're happy to hand him over to this boy who clearly looks after him and cares for him. Did you notice that this episode is bookended by two different coming out stories? So the public one at the very top, we see end of episode 5, start of episode 6, when Scott's making this speech. It's like, That's one way to come out, and it's really brave and it's really cool and it's really important. And then at the end, it's like, I like that they're both as valued, that it's like that Kip is like, you don't have to come out publicly for me, but if you do, that's awesome. And that in this case, it's like just coming out to their parents is enough for now. I don't know. It's just nice to see both, and that both could have happy endings, that like you don't have to have. It's just so rare.
It's thrilling. It's so thrilling to see people be happy.
It's so unusual. I really can't stress enough. Like, we'll get to it in a second, but I still didn't believe it on the first watching.
You're like, okay, they're gonna get into a car crash.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh no!
They're driving along at the end, and I was like, they're gonna die.
Stop.
They're gonna die. And I got a message from my friend Kate, who was like, Chloe, her fiance, and they were watching it, and Chloe's like, they're gonna crash. And I totally get that.
Don't. It's very A Little Life. But I
yes. Oh my god.
Let's not even. We don't have the time. We simply don't have time.
No.
But when David asked both of them about Scott Hunter, Ilya said it changed things for me at least. Maybe for us, right? And then he said that he talked to Scott after the awards. What do you think that conversation was?
I think he will have said that it was brave for him to have done it. Okay. And
there was like, it would be a quiet understanding.
I think so too.
Okay.
I think so too. And then just like a quick hand job. And and they said they both love their boyfriends. I think that's it, really. I just love it so much. They walk them out, which is really sweet. And they're like,
please text.
Please text. By the way, again, I'm like, poor Ilya. He thought he was coming for 2 weeks of fucking, and now he has to play cards with David and Una every night. Which
now he has a family.
Oh, you're right.
Now he has a family.
Fine. They're like, we'll text. Check your phones. And then it's the car in the credits. And yeah, I did. The kill your gays motif is so strong. I did just think the whole time they're going to die, they're going to die, they're going to die, they're going to die, they're going to die. But they didn't die.
And then Connor is crying. Sorry. Ilya is crying.
Yeah.
And then it's Hudson, not Shane.
100%. 100%. I am obsessed then. First of all, it takes me a few days to realize that I can watch it again. So I'm grieving for 3 days, but then I realized I can watch it again. I'm overcome with a deep calm.
That was a revelation that you told me. Mm-hmm. Like in conversation that you said, oh, someone just said you could watch it again. And I was like, I can watch it again? Yeah. Because last thing I remember is I'm sitting in the backseat of that car watching the boys look at each other. That's where I am.
Yeah.
Because it's thrilling to see men be soft.
We better see in season 2 things I need to see.
Okay, let's go.
I better see family hangs. All I want to do is see these guys hang out, go on holidays together. I
want Ilya to have inside jokes with Una.
Yes, I want to watch them be domestic. I want to see them making spreadsheets for their, like I said, weekend getaways. I want to see these boys on a city break. I cannot wait to see Hayden freak out. I can't wait to see Hayden find out that they were fucking all along. That Lily is Ilya when he's doing the math on that. Cannot wait.
And that he could have been having gay sex and not
it could have been Jack all along. It could have been Jack all along. Oh my God. It better be all about that. I can't wait. I loved it so much. What's the horniest you felt in this episode?
Spoon fuck. When the thumb goes into the mouth. Yeah. I'm watching going, you know what I mean?
For me, it's fine. Fine. If it means you'll just touch my dick right now. It's Ilya being desperate. We don't get to see it often, but I love it. Yes. Unforgettable line of dialogue.
Well, it's got to be the I love yous. I know I'm being.
No, it's gorgeous.
It's the я тебя люблю. I love you. Holy fuck. Because when it clicked, the holy fuck, beautiful.
So sorry, cute. No, for me, it's when Ilya stood a little bit behind Shane when they go into his parents' house, and he's standing like to attention, like he obviously has learned to stand for his own father. His hair is patted down, and then he just goes, lovers. I was like, no, stop it. That's too much. Your what the fuck moment?
My what the fuck moment. I think it's when David gets in the car. I thought it was like, I know he didn't mean harm, but it was just a very cruel thing to do.
It was horrible. I know he panicked, and I imagine he got down the road and was like, why have I left? But it was just hellish.
Because in that moment I was like, wait. They are supposed to be the parents that are going to be cool with this. Why is he acting like he's not cool with this?
I know. For me, it was like the thing that I think changed me was, apologizing. That was, I was like, I didn't know it was allowed to go that way.
I'm not going to touch you, but I'm hugging you in my mind.
Gay giveaways?
I mean,
the whole episode?
Is that even irrelevant?
I'll do mine. David being like, let me cook you some pasta. I was like, David! Trying to feed the boy.
It's like, oh, you've just come out to me? That's a perfect occasion to try out a new Martha Stewart.
I was like, your wife simply just stepped outside, sir. Please let her cool down before you hit on this boy. Your low budget moment?
My low budget moment is, I think, the food budget, because those burgers looked so goddamn sad.
The pasta and ketchup. David's best recipe, his mother's. Yeah, that's fair. I think I agree with you on that front. I can't believe we have to accept that it's the end of this series.
Because we have so much more to say.
We have so much more to say. Olga, speaking of which, we threw this together. I texted you on a Thursday. We were recording on a Sunday. We've come in here at the crack of dawn to get this episode made. I've loved it. I love you. Holy shit. We could wrap up. We could leave it there.
I think we have more to say.
What if
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh wait, what's going on? What's going on? No, I genuinely don't.
What if I bought us both the book? What if I want you to have your own clean copy?
I'm accepting it from you. There's no way it's clean, but
it's clean. I honestly got it yesterday. What do you think? Should we? Okay, we could leave it there. And listen, if you write in and you're like, if no one's writing in, if you're not listening, fine, we'll just cut this out. But what if, would you listen if we read the books? Would you listen? Could you message us?
I know I'm recording it. I don't care if people are listening.
Yes. I really feel the same. I'm like, let's just stay in the cottage. Will you stay here with me? Yes, we have 2 weeks. Yes. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna read the books. Listen, we hope you'll join us. We're crazy now. We're gonna read the books. We have a lot more to say. I think we should try to get someone in to talk to us about hockey.
I think we need a gay man.
We need a gay man stat. We need a gay man stat. I think we also need some sort of like queer theorist on why it is women are so into male sex.
I like that. We need a Canadian who knows about hockey.
We need a romantasy author. There's things to be said here, guys. What would you like to hear? And
I also want to listen to Fire and Ice on Quinn.
In public. Here.
Well, we could do like a listen along.
That feels very intimate.
There's a lot to be said and a lot to be done.
There's a lot to be done. We're not done is what we're saying. Yeah, we bought the book. And
my understanding is that it's not the only book.
I also think that's true. And can I say this as well? Sorry, the drawings of them on the front, yuck. But I guess
not my Shane and
not
Ilya.
my Shane and Ilya. Do you want to read it with us? How many do we do it like chapter at a time? Couple of chapters at a time? We can figure that out. Yeah. I just got you the book.
There's a lot of admin.
Yeah, guys, this has been so fun. We're not done. And maybe there are even other shows to watch.
Just stay with us in the cottage.
Yeah, I think, look, there's so much time before the second season comes out. And we're here to sort of sustain you. And you can sustain us. There aren't even pictures. I'm so proud of her. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so basically, we can't leave it there. We're not going to leave it there. I still have more to say. You still have more to say. We're going to read the books.
Stay horny.
We'll see you on the next episode. When will that be? We don't know because we're throwing
Catherine,
this together.
a lot
of information. Sorry, we'll tell you.
When's the next episode? That's what you're giving me right now.
I'm just trying to get in the head of the listener. Well, listen, get in the head of.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
my bad.
Kiss
Olga,
the helmet.
Olga, this was so fun. See you for the next episode.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for updates at Tonsil Hockey Podcast.
Please, and email tonsilhockeypodcast@gmail.com if you want us to make episodes about anything specific. If you think we missed something, we could obviously just do like a mailbox special. I'm sure we'll have lots to get out of the freezer. And a nice joke. I'll work on it. I'm tired. It's the morning time, and I've just feel like I've had so much sex. I need a cigarette. That's how I feel.
Oh, to be the cigarette in Catherine Bohart's mouth.
Goodbye.